Welcome to this video on how to use books and ebooks for research from the UCLan library. Books and ebooks can be a great place to start your research and also a great place to find theory as well as case studies and other more detailed information. First of all, you need to know the question that you're answering for your assignment. So I'm going to be using an example in this session which is on screen now. It's examine the violence used by the women's suffrage movement in Britain. To be able to find useful books and ebooks on this topic area, at first you need to decide on the main topic of the question. In this case, it is the women's suffrage movement. We've also been given a little bit of extra information, and we know that we just need to look for things that are based in the UK or Britain. So the best place to look for books and ebooks is library search. So I'm going to open that now. All of the library web pages are available through the Student Hub. You simply need to head on to the UCLan website, so uclan.ac.uk, and select the Students option from the top right hand corner. This will take you into the Student Hub and you can then open up the library web pages from one of the options along the top of the screen. The next thing I would suggest doing is opening up a relevant subject guide for the topic area that you are interested in. In this case, I'm going to use the History subject guide. All of the subject guides have library search embedded at the top. They will also then give you some more places where you can find useful books. These will be dependent on the subject area that you have chosen. To start with, simply type your main topic into UCLan Library Search. The search terms I'm using are women's suffrage. When you press enter, it should open up library search in a new tab for you. You need to ensure that you are logged into the system so that you can access all of the online resources. To check this, your name should be in the top right hand corner of the screen. If your name isn't there and instead it says sign in, simply click that and then follow the on-screen instructions. Occasionally these filters on the left hand side of the screen may not always be present. In that case, you simply need to refresh the page and they should then appear. You are then able to narrow down to books. This list then contains both print books and ebooks that are available through the UCLan library. It can be tempting simply to just look at the first page of results, but I would urge you to have a look through a few pages, as you could find something that is very useful on page 2, 3 or even 10 of the results list. You'll see that we're getting a lot of results that mention women's suffrage. Some of them are in the UK, others are also from different countries around the world. At this point, it may be useful to think about other ways of saying your main topic area, just to ensure that you don't miss any research that is out there already. For this, you could change women's suffrage to suffragette, as that is also a term that is well known. But I'm going to instead use votes for women, just to ensure that I haven't missed any of the research. Again, you can use the same filter, so you could select books from the left-hand side. You'll see that some of the same results are coming up, but we do also have some different ones this time. To access any of the online resources, simply follow the available online link and it should then give you an option of where you can open this book up. If you have an ebook central option, please select this. It's our largest ebook platform and you will get very used to using this system. From this point, you then have two options of how you can read these books. You can either read online or download. If you download the book, it's very similar to taking the physical book out of the library and you will have a date by which you have to return it. What this means is that after the end date, you will no longer be able to access access this book, and if you have made any notes or highlights in there, they will all be lost. Because of this, we strongly advise you to select the Read Online option. When you select Read Online, you then have access to this book for the entire time that you are studying at UCLan. There's a number of options along the top of the screen. You could add this book into your bookshelf, which lives at the top right hand corner, and that is a collection of all the books that you have saved whilst you're studying here, and it's where all of your books will go if you make any amendments to the text. So you can highlight sections, make notes, and also bookmark entire pages. Now that you've found a book that you believe will help you to answer your essay question, it's a good time to look back on the question that you are being asked. So we've used the main topic to help us find this particular book, but now to know which parts of the book to prioritise or to read first, we also need to think about the other themes or keywords that are available in your essay question. For this particular topic, the specific area of interest is violence. So you can use that as a search term within the book, or use it to narrow down which chapter you believe will be most useful. I would always recommend having a look through the table of contents to see if there are any particular chapters that mention the specific area that you've been asked to look at. As a second option, I would also recommend searching within the text. If you are using a print book, you're not able to search within the book, but you are able to use the index at the back of the book to help you with this section. So simply type in what you have been asked to find. In this case, I'm using violence as my search term, and you will be greeted with a number of different purple bars that show you how often your word or phrase is mentioned. In this case, I'm going to start with the introduction, as it might give me a good overview of the topic. To skip between the different sections, simply click on the little triangle and it will expand those results for you. As you can see in the text, it has highlighted my word, so it may be a good idea to read this entire paragraph to get the context of where it was written. You'll also see that it provides further detail, including militant and militancy. This is a specific type of violence that was used by the women's suffrage movement in the UK, so that could also be a search term that you employ when you're looking for further research. As I've highlighted this word within the text, I now get more options in terms of highlighting this particular word in various colours. I can make a note at this point, or I could copy the text. If you are copying sections out of books to create your own Word document or to use as your references, please make sure that you record which page you have got this information from and which book. It will significantly speed up the time that you spend referencing at the end of your assignment. As we are on eBook Central already, you may want to do another search just to check you haven't missed anything. On this platform, you are able to search with both your main topic and your specific area of interest at the same time. It does this as eBook Central searches throughout the full text of all of the books that are available on their website. To search on here, simply select the eBook Central link in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and that takes you back to the home page. Now you need to join your main topic with your specific interest. So I'm doing this by typing suffrage and violence. If you join your 2 or 3 search terms together with the word "and" all in capitals, it works much better and you will get the most accurate results. So now that I do my search, I can see that it has combined those two search results together and I'm getting a large number of results. Quite a lot of these books we have already seen through our searches on Library Search, but sometimes if you are looking at something that's really specific or very new, it can really help you to find any information that is hidden within books. From this point, you can also open any of the books, or you can save them directly into your bookshelf from this search screen if you don't have time to read them when you are searching. If I click on the title, it will take me back to this screen and I can then read online and repeat the process as I did earlier. When you open up the book, it brings in your advanced or more specific search that we did to find this book originally. This is too advanced for searching within the text, so what you will need to do is you'll need to return to the contents page using this little icon on the left hand side of the screen and repeat the steps. So have a look through the table of contents. If you're not sure where to start, I'd always advise reading both the introduction and the conclusion, as it will give you a good idea of what the book is going to argue and what themes will be raised. Again, you can search within the book, but this time you may want to use slightly different search terms, as it's already a book on the militant suffrage movement, so it already contains both violence and suffrage. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any further questions or would like to find out more, then please email subjectlibrarians@uclan.ac.uk. Thank you.